Session review. Welcome back, everyone. We're going to do a quick review again here. We're going to do a lore review and we're going to do a balance patch all in one video because I cannot be bothered to separate them anymore. But hey, listen, we're just here, we're chilling, we're having a good time. Had a very interesting session this week, so very excited to have you all and a few updates, a few major updates actually for what's been going on. So let's just get right into it. Let's not waste any time. So, the Season 14 review and the lore and the patch notes. For sure, patch. We love patch notes. Upgrades, people. Here's the thing. We've had a little bit too much Nen going around, a little bit too much going on. So abilities may only be modified and not strictly upgraded. So you can't just keep saying, oh, DM, I want to upgrade this, I want to upgrade this. You can only modify them with a realistic change to how they are to be equally as powerful as they already are. Power scaling is getting crazy, and it also just, yeah, it doesn't really make as much sense. You make the ability, and then it works. The other thing I want to also add is that new abilities can only be created once per level. So I kind of want to also just back away a little bit from that too. Just once per level. Remember, you can have abilities equal to the amount of Nen charges you have, but you can only make one new ability once per level. So if you have a new idea, sorry, you're gonna have to wait till the next level to figure it out. But again, those two things only modify your abilities and one new ability per level. Um, just to keep Nen a little bit more controlled and to make it so that I have to do less work every week. Wonderful. Omaiwa Mashinderu Nani has been ended for Inu Tawagoto. Um, we used it last time. It was very strong. It was already kind of strong, so especially the things I had. So it's been kind of nerfed. Deal with it. 3 attacks are performed instantly, which is already super strong for one action. They do have +5 to hit, and if you hit all 3, they get an extra 1d8 damage of some kind of, you know, vomiting or poison from just like internal bleeding. Now, Cruel Wrench, big change, big change. Cruel Wrench, as you will learn, faded death by signing a contract. In that contract, 2 things came up. They got a buff. This buff is that once per long rest, as a reaction, so it's very interesting, as a reaction, they can gain temporary hit points equal to their warlock level, to twice their warlock level, plus their charisma modifier. I have it set for 3 turns. Might change it. It might just be, I think I'll probably just change it to 1 turn, because as a reaction, it's pretty strong. But essentially, if you think you're going to die from an attack at any point, just say, I'm going to react, and I want my temporary HP, and then hopefully you survive through the attack because of that, and then deal with whatever happens after that. So probably change it to 1 turn. So look at your thing for that. And then also you got a nerf. PepsiCo has a little bit more control over you now, Cruel Wrench. So once per session, the PepsiCo can ask to essentially have control of your body and do what you and force you to essentially do something. So that could be whatever the DM sees fit. Anything could just happen. So you're going to make a DC 15 saving throw on that. If PepsiCo tries to will you to do something, and if you fail, you have to do it. And that it could be completely against your wishes, but that's the contract you signed. Now we're going to the lore report. Bucky the Pirate was slain by the group. Bucky the Pirate, as you know, the crazy right-hand man of Dravina, was teleported to the rock world, got kind of confused, was really arrogant, threw down some robots, fought the group to the end of it, and then once they were dying, they really saw it in them, and they said, I've never had Nen, but I feel like I want to use it now. And he put all of the Nen energy they would have had throughout their life into becoming an explosive and hoping that they could blow themselves up and destroy the people that killed them. It created a huge crater, made a big commotion, which is going to lead to some other things you're going to learn about. But luckily, the whole team was able to get away mostly okay. Kind of really damaged, but mostly okay. And that led to rock law coming into effect. So the rock people of the rock world that we teleported to had a little bit to say. We had a rock lawyer who talked like this. Can't. I don't know. I did it really well today. The rock lawyer on the left represented our group as they talked to the decider, the person on the right, who decided if they got to live. If they, what was their punishment for doing such a thing? The team got together, came up with a story, and went forward to Rock Law and held themselves up pretty well in court. And the decider decided that they were fine. that they had better things to do, as the Decider is not only just a rock creature, but the Decider has a Neuron Star in the amulet that's over their neck. The Neuron Star, as you might remember previously, was talked about by a crazed artificer in Riften. And the Neuron Star is the most powerful Nen item there is in the land. And it turns out they're in other lands too. And he just determined, and he told the group that he has a Neuron Star. He can sense who they are and what happens with them through the Neuron Star's connection to the other world. And he also told them that in their universe, there are two Neuron Stars, one of which was stolen from a different universe. So, crazy stuff. Neuron Stars coming back. Rock people are cool. They know a lot about interdimensional travel, it seems like. But listen, it was fun stuff. They had a good time. And then when they were like, just chilling in their house they decided to or Diogen decided to use the wand they got that can do anything. And it ended up casting a 4th level spell while everyone had about 1 HP. And that sadly left a Cruel Wrench missing 3 death saves in a row, which led to their demise unless they sign a contract with PepsiCo. PepsiCo, being almost laughably confused on how such a silly interaction occurred, saw that this is what happened and this is how Cruel Wrench was taken out. But regardless, PepsiCo said that Cruel Wrench could gladly sign another contract to get a little bit more power, get a little bit more life in them in order to live through this. And of course, Cruel Wrench took that contract without question, as the pot of Doritos is still out there and needs to be found. Additionally, you can see this lady typing on the right. She is a representative of the demon organization, and she stated that Cruel Wrench has now signed 3 contracts, which puts them up for a promotion. So if they go to the Infernal Realm, they can learn a little bit more about what that entails and get a special item for that promotion. As it stands, though, that is where we left off. That is where we are at. I hope you had a nice week. I hope everything was good. And I hope that this lore report found you well. And the balance patch is good for you as well. So please let me know your comments. Hope everyone has a good one. See you around. Peace out.